feel a little bit like a news reporter with this track. But anyway, hello, beautiful people. If you are new around here, welcome. And for those who have been here before, welcome back. And welcome back to Lady Sia. Yeah, y'all are probably thinking misnomer. Welcome back? Well, yes, actually. So roll back to a few years back. I believe it was around 2021, 2022 when I last played this game. X Gonzalez did the protest speech for March of Our Lives, and I decided to live stream Lady Sia in tribute to that. But I wasn't able to do it for long, because not long after that, my dad invited me to the jazz festival. I was doing coverage for that, and so my protest kind of became two forms of joy in a way. So that was interesting. But yeah, I felt the urge to come back to this game because this was one game that I basically grew up with. I grew up with it with the original Game Boy Advance file. Hello. But yeah, I've been in a huge like Nights into Dreams mood. For some weird, it's not weird at all, but like I've been really feeling for the score recently. Now in this case, it's from its sequel game, Knight's Journey of Dreams, for the Wii. So it's a little different, but pretty similar though, because the male character, I forgot the characters' names, but male character is a soccer player, while the female character is a virtuoso violinist. So that's why it's very violin heavy compared to the previous one where it's more vocal heavy. Hello. So yeah, in case you couldn't tell, this game Lady Sia, one part of my gaming ID uses Lady Sia. So you're gonna see why I named a portion of my name after her. But it's kind of a funny story. So Soul Calibur excuse me, I think it was 4 that introduced the Star Wars characters like Yoda and Darth Vader into it. Did I say 4 or 5? But I'm tempted to say 4. Let me Google it real quick. Which Soul Calibur has Star Wars? I'm trying to say 4. Okay, my number was correct. Soul Calibur 4, which had Darth Vader, Yoda, and Starkiller on it. And I was a big Tira player, like, you know, the one with like the hoop blade, essentially with 2 personalities. I played Tira. And in Soul Calibur 4, you can make fighters based on whoever was your main. And so I was at a friend's place. We played Soul Calibur 4 quite a bit. I stayed with her for like a weekend. And then I constructed the character. I was trying to figure out what her name was gonna be, and then at the time I was nicknamed, like, the first part of my name is my nickname, Tonders. Hello. First part of the name was part of my nickname, Tonders, back when I was in high school. So that was the first part of it. But then the second part, I was not really sure what it was gonna be. I felt like it needed to be longer. And then I remembered the game Lady Sia, because I played that obsessively when I was in elementary school. So I added the Sia at the end, but then I felt like it needed a little bit of a dash, something unique. So I added the H, just give it a little bit of spice. Kind of like Sam Cooke, how he added an E at the end of his name to give it a little spice. And so Tondra Sia is born. So yeah, that basically later on became the basis for like my my PSN, my Discord, and basically the majority of my stuff, except, well, this, essentially. The TJMK was a different thing altogether. I think it's because I wanted to try identifying with something different. Because originally, fun fact, my YouTube channel at least, which, hard to believe it's been like 13 years now, I think, since I've had the channel. Excuse me. Like 12, 13 years. But anyway, fun fact, originally I was using it as like a side channel or a second channel for my radio show at the time, which was on campus. And I often had so many things that I would talk about nerd wise that I would basically have no time. Like I had a 3 hour block, but even within that 3 hour block, there was not enough time to talk because I also had music in there. I had weather reports in there. I reported on upcoming conventions happening around the area, um, bookstore, bookstores, book releases, that kind of stuff. And I was also playing like gaming and movie music on top of that. So all these things was going on in this one show. And one of my friends, who goes by Crow's Nest on Twitch, um, and occasionally the Principal Spoonie would join in, but it was mostly Crow's Nest because we were both students at the same university at that time. We would basically talk about movies we watched together. I have a few of the recordings still left over, so if anybody's curious, let me know. I'll dig them up somehow, and maybe I'll find a way to like upload them without flagging copyright. But essentially, we would talk about all that stuff, and then we had so much we talked about that we ended up going over time sometimes. So I started the YouTube channel in the hopes of like vlogging and doing my own reviews and stuff, but it didn't really come to pass that way. Um, I did a few videos, like mostly for school, but for the most part, it was partially nerves and partially, well, not very confident in my subject matter, but mostly I didn't have the funds at the time to be able to stream like that. So it was mainly little videos until eventually I got a better computer, thanks to my brother, and thanks to my library job, I rented a Blue Yeti, hooked my mic up, found OBS, and started playing a visual novel called Asagao Academy. Now, unfortunately, due to some controversies with the company that Asagao Academy is based under, um, it will remain a will not finish. But those videos are still up if you're curious about it. That was when I first figured out how to stream, and the rest is history. So, first bit of college, I would do radio during the day, and then in the evenings after I did my homework and all that stuff, I would play I'll play games on the channel. So, I've been at this for a long, long time. And then it continued through grad school. During the day, I would work. At night, I would do this. And then Tonsilwood Studios is a longtime collaborator of the channel. Same with Yo. Um, we would do some collaborations together before Stream Together was even available. So we really had to be creative here. I mean, at least Twitch has made it a lot easier to do those collaborations now, and now even YouTube started doing dual credits. Okay, so you got my Hyun online. Got it. I'll try to remember that. um, but but yeah, basically, there was just all this stuff that I did. Yeah, it. Yeah, it does hit a little different when you actually know the streams. I know it gives like a good chunk of this audience here personally, but yeah, limitation really does breed ingenuity. And initially, I just borrowed so much equipment from my school because, well, I worked in a multimedia division of the library, so they had hard drives, they had cameras, they had Photoshop. I borrowed their Photoshop software because you were allowed to like download it for free under the college subscription. I don't think it's run that way anymore, unfortunately, but I used to be able to download that stuff for no extra charge, and I would make my graphics that way. In fact, it's literally how I made this font here, and I was very inspired by Toonami. If anybody remembers that anime block from the 90s until they revived it around like 2016 or 2015. Yeah, that took a while. I mean, like this stuff is kind of janky, but I'm so used to the janky setup. I love it. Because I mean, I worked hard to find this image. It was a different galaxy image before, and then I found this one. And and then eventually my dad gave me his webcam, which is what I'm using right now. And then this became a mobile camera setup. So so all this stuff just came up, and it's like I'm pretty techie in a lot of ways, but then I am simple in other ones. Like I can fix my friends' applications or computer troubles in like 2 seconds. But then when it comes to my own streaming setup, I am just simple as hell. It's hilarious, like how some of this stuff works out. But hey. But yeah, it's just all of this I think is just to say that I think it's like ultimately you start where you're at. And if you've been wanting to do something like this for a long time, let yourself go for it. And I've actually been drafting a new Substack article, which I'm hoping to release maybe tomorrow. um, but yeah, I feel like in a world like especially like the internet right now, it feels very traditionally content heavy, and it often feels like you have to run down this one train in order to be successful or popular, if that's even what you're aiming for, that is, or just to have any semblance of activity on your page. Because I mean, keep in mind, in the beginning, I would stream to nobody. Like literally no one would show up. Like there were so many days, even 4 or 5 years in, there would be zero. Like nobody. Nobody. I was so used to seeing a zero in the corner. So seeing like 4, 5, 10, 20, 30 people, it is a new occurrence to me. So very new occurrence to me. So it's been 8 years on Twitch, about maybe 12 or 13 on YouTube. I've been at this for a while. But yeah, biggest tip I can give, especially if you are absolutely itching to go online, but you might be feeling nervous about looking at a camera or just getting started. First, take a moment and I know this sounds a little weird, but please stick with me for a moment. Nice. So stick with me for a moment with this. Do yourself a favor. Imagine yourself as the person that already has what you want or is already doing what you want to be doing regularly. What would they be doing right now to get to that point? That's what I've been practicing recently. Like recently I've been really focusing on my fitness journey. Like I wanted to get back to my strength. I lost like um I lost like 4 pounds of muscle after sarcopenia. But anyway, it's basically age related muscle loss. But anyway, lost 4 pounds of muscle. And I'm like, bruh. Um but I could not let that get me down. And I have been basically been, I mean, I've been still active, but I mean, I've basically been not been touching any of my dumbbells or kettlebells or going outside for the past few days. I mean, it's been cold, so it doesn't help, but I really had to take a moment and be like, what would future me want me to do? Sometimes trying to act like as if you are trying to imagine too much about like who you're going to be in the future could put too much pressure on yourself. It makes it too distant. So try flipping it instead. Have the future you come to you like as if it's a friend. Like, come on over. And be like, and basically you in the present, you think of yourself as like, I might need some advice. Like, what did you do to get to this point? Have that person come over in your imagination and be like, hey, can you give me some tips as to where, like, how you even got to this point? And you might hear a few whispers. In my case, it would be like, just start with maybe like 5 or 10 minutes of dumbbells. Next moment, I did Pilates, and then I walked around the block for an hour. It's weird, but it works. The other thing is choosing a word, which I'll explain in more detail how I came across that in the Substack. But yeah, weird tricks like that. Sometimes little simple things can make a little bit of difference. And in terms of cameras, like if you're nervous about being in front of a camera, pretend you're doing a video chat and there's a best friend on the other side. That takes away like 80% of the nerves right there. Yes, exactly hallucinating reality. That right there. It's a hypothetical version of yourself. It really is. It's kind of like a more esoteric or neuroscience-y way of of parallel play, but like in your brain or in your soul. It's a little different. It sounds woo-woo, but that's what's been working for me so far. Now we'll see if I will be able to continue it into February, but that's been working for me so well so far. So fingers crossed. And I think also the other thing that can get discouraging, like hallucinating reality said too, um, is algorithms sometimes can make it a little discouraging. And yeah, like Tantalus Studios said, learning on the job. I've done a lot of learning on the job, okay? Like 3/4 of the stuff that I know now, I didn't learn it in school. Well, not officially in a classroom per se. I learned it on the job. So it's very true. And small things make a huge, huge difference. Like I just figured out a trick just last night, like after my stream of Nights into Dreams. And I was like, listen, how old are you again? You could take this is a good excuse, if anything. This is after Hyun and I actually got off a Discord call. We were talking about language learning, and then I just felt ridiculous, like, of course, why didn't I think of this earlier? I could basically just sit my butt down, look back through the footage, and translate the kanji and the characters that are in front of me to figure out what the instructions are. So I got two things at once. I learned how to play the game, and I learned some gaming terminology simultaneously. Win-win. Learn things in context, and learn things in context and have some good content on the channel. Or just, even not content per se, but like just yeah, content creation courses, you come across to scam me. They do, and I think it's because ultimately they think I mean, some of them think they're providing a shortcut towards the success they've had, which is an impossible standard. The most you could probably expect is if you're doing courses like those, which I haven't done one of them, by the way, but the most you can expect from courses like those is a better working system. Like if you're wanting to learn how to be more of a producer, one second.
Nugget Alfredo.
But anyway, so the biggest thing that those courses tend to do is make you have a more efficient work style, but that's pretty much the most you can actually guarantee with that, unless A, they're also including marketing, and even then that's not guaranteed to get the same results that they did, because when they're making a course about it, B, that's often presuming the paradigm at which they use those methods still exists by the time they created the course. Which oftentimes, by the time you start the course, it's like any college course, really. Let's be for real. That's why we have continuing ed credits. By the time that course pops up, that stuff that you just talked about might have already been become old news. Exactly. I mean, and it's very hard. It can sometimes feel difficult to come across good advice for free, but they are out there. Like, I've fixed so much of my OBS problems thanks to you guys commenting, or I looked up stuff on YouTube University and found out how to fix things. I learned so much on the job. um, but yeah, I guess where I was ultimately leading to is that ultimately the biggest piece of advice I can give, and I think that's regardless of what time period that you come into this thing, is you gotta do what lights you up. The universal thing that people are starting to finally realize is doing what lights you up. Like Jet Li, for example, he just recently started a YouTube channel after he retired from decades of doing martial arts films. He wants to share his advice that he learned in the industry, stories that he's done for a long time. A lot of celebrities have started like writing Substacks, like Jane Fonda and Dolly Parton. They started writing stuff. Most importantly, not boxing yourself in. Even longtime creators like Jazza, I just watched his video just before coming on the channel. Um, he wants to come back to form and go back to trying mediums that he's been curious about. And um, in an era where it feels like you have to narrow down or be super advertisable, let's be for real. Both creators and even viewers are getting exhausted by that. And so the best thing you can really do is just follow your curiosity and see what happens. And I mean, there's no school of YouTube officially, but actually, in some universities, my alma mater is one of them, there are actual content creator specializations starting to pop up. So, yes and no. In my university's case, it's more so in terms of esports, but that is starting to pop up actually. Um, and even my other alma mater is starting to do that too. But yeah, in my case, the traffic that came to my channel, it was card reading was something that I'd done for years. At the point that I started pulling on YouTube, it's just before my 15th anniversary. This year, I'm making 15 years since I started pulling, and 5 years to start going pro with my skills, and the difference is night and day. Now, it has been the first time pulling cards online. No, if you dig through my YouTube archives a little bit, you'll see some of my like old ceremony ish kind of videos, but it was never going to be at the level of like a Lunanate or an Athena Paracus a la Sage Goddess or Gem Goddess by any means, because I just wasn't at that skill level. And yeah, didn't have that kind of notoriety back then. But at the point that I started doing them more seriously, not seriously, but like at the time I started doing it, at that point I basically had nothing to lose because this seems to be the common thread of 2025, but it seemed like everybody was losing everything in 2025. Everything that people conceived of in 2025. I mean, people thought 2020 was bad, like 2019, 2020, or even 2016, just 10 years ago. Jesus. Anyway, just 10 years ago, even we thought that was as bad as we can get. And then 2025 happened. It seemed like everybody was talking about like everything fell apart. Everything we knew, everything we set up, everything that we understood ripped apart. Done. Bye. Just everything fell apart, myself included. Now here's the funniest thing. The first half of the year didn't go too bad for me. First half of the year, it was just I need to get through the remainder of this year so that way I can leave a job peacefully, go through this go through this language program for 2 months, and then come home and figure out my next moves. First half went fine. Second half was when everything went boom. It's like that scene from Hunger Games 2, Catching Fire. Forget everything you knew from the first time. This is completely different. Welcome to the 75th Hunger Games. Just whew. Everything got ripped apart after the summer ended. After I left my job, and then my grandmother passed away in September, and then I went down to my job. Like I went down to my new work 48 hours later, and just everything I knew, everything I understood, everything that I could have really anticipated, gone. Bye bye. And so by the time I streamed in October, it had been 2 months since I had last been on camera. And I don't know if you saw the footage, but I was basically just done. I was done. Oh yeah, that's a big one. That's a big one right there. There are people. No, 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 no. If anything, this is for the new people. If anything, any aspiring creator, this is a very big one. If you have somebody that you've been enjoying for a long time, study their style, participate in their communities, because like a lot of them will have communities that they participate in, and go to their events if you can. Ask some questions. Like they are a lot of the time they are super like a lot of the creators especially who really focus on having a community really are kind and are willing to talk with you even if you're not the richest person in the room. Like I've met a lot of really nice creators over the past decade of doing this. Some people I've watched since even college. Like Center Strain 01, the one that I rated in the last stream. I've been following him since his playthrough of Heavy Rain. And that was like that was that was an old video too. I don't know if he still remembers it or not, but like that was in 2011, 2012. And then I started participating in his community around maybe like 2 or 3 years after that. And surprisingly, he still remembered me, and he did raid one of my streams. I think Tantalus Studios, you might remember that actually. He raided one of my streams, one of our streams actually, um, a few years back when we did Barony, I believe. And then another gamer that I've watched for a long time, like around the same time period actually, is Gamer Zach. He's a Malaysian YouTuber who specializes in retro gaming. He's since moved to the UK with his wife, but he still specializes in nostalgia gaming. And I guess some of that kind of rubbed off on me, considering that today's game is a nostalgia trip a bit, because this game I played since I think I was around like, I'm tempted to say six, it's 6 or 8 years old, like 6 or 7 years old when this game came out. So we talked for like half an hour. I mean, I know for Twitch it's a little easier to get away with stuff like that, but like I know for YouTube it's a little. But then again, I like the Twitch. I like Twitch because it's really nice and chill. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here. But yeah, this game, honestly, I wish it got more of its flowers when it was still around, but it did make a good chunk of money back in the 90s and 2000s. And this game is called Lady Sia. And the mythology is pretty interesting. So there's these creatures called the Soas that you basically have to fight against. And Lady Sia is a queen, like, or princess, and her weapons and her ring get stolen. And so she basically has to go to the gods of the four elements to get her stuff back, as well as her magic. And she's not human, by the way. And you'll see in a moment. It's just it's really good stuff. I mean, it was one of the few games that really tried to put in more of a 3D spin to things. Kind of like StarFox. Which I think I played StarFox on this channel too, come to think of it. I'll play it again. I don't mind playing stuff that I've played before on here. But but yeah, that game had some pretty advanced control sets that even I haven't been able to pull off as an adult. But we shall see how far we get today with the game. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it, shall we? We will restart. So I played this a long time ago. Get the window open. Where's the window? Hold on. Ah, there we go. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, so it's from 2001 that this game originally started. So I was about 8 or 9 when I started playing this. I think I was around 8. Let me get this window up. Pardon me. But yeah, you know what? Don't apologize for having long writing, because if anything, other people besides me might need this. So, for all those aspiring creatives watching, know that you are not alone in your feelings and in your experiences, and there are plenty of people who want to support you with what you do. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Okay. Get the window. One second. Let me try one more time. Oh, man, hearing that was like kind of goosebumpy, because it's like, even though it's been a long since I played this, I remember when I was a child, playing with the Game Boy Advance. I had one of those clip lights. And I'd just play it underneath my pillow at night until I beat the boss battle. Then I'd just like go to bed. Yeah, I'm showing my age here. Anyway, let's go. Okay, let's do this. Now that we got this functioning. Okay. There we go. It is an ancient time when magic still flies freely and kingdoms are being formed. However, a terrible threat looms ahead. A violent race of beastmen who know neither fear nor pity like the fool... My mouth! Divided, they look after their own interests. However, the princess of the magical kingdom Myriad, Lady Sia, offers to form an army together and wipe out the aggressive threat at its source. Our story begins as our guests take their seats in the meeting room. I won't tolerate this! If you can't understand now that the Soas are a threat to you, then you'll all end up their slaves. They're overreacting. They're so far away, and I'm sure we can negotiate with them when they come. Enough! I don't want to hear about negotiating. What is it, Advisor Bards? I'm afraid I carry bad news, Princess. Fort of Soas is camping just outside the palace. If you'll excuse me, I have your job to do. Now, for context, those three beings in the kingdom, like three beings in the round table, well, there's four of them, but one of them can't show up for reasons that will soon make pretty strong sense. Essentially, those are the elements, like the gods of the elements, and the shark obviously is the element of water, and then the lady in like cross-legged on the cloud is the element of air. I believe the rightmost one was Earth. But yeah, you can tell which one's missing. But you'll find out why pretty quickly, why he is missing. Okay, anyway. Where can they be? Right behind you! Thanks, but who are you? Follow me, Sia. Sleeping on the job. I'm sure his commander would love to see that. No point in waking him. Walk past quietly by pressing the L button. I really used that, though. See that lever? Pull it by pressing the control pad on the door will open. Push it back to close the door again. Soas has stolen your sword and ring. You can get them back from the Algambiad village of the city of Marion. Until then, keep that sword. As for your magic, I'm afraid you're going to have to make do with what you can muster on your own. And, well, she has a magic ring. She has magic powers, which you'll see in a moment. Also, I love animations like this. Which is just... That's one thing I miss about old school games. Anyway. Wait, he didn't even give me his name. Oops. Yeah, this is one you probably gonna need a death counter for. Because I remember being pretty clumsy at this. Try to grab this ledge, jump toward it, press the A button to jump. There's a ladder, climb up pressing the control pad, up or down. I am gonna lose so much HP. Come on. I do like the music though, I will say. Come on. There we go. Yeah, gold hearts will give you full health, and the red ones only give partial. Come on. Yeah. Oh, there. Thank you. There, a prisoner. Cut his bonds and free him. Press B button. And if you free, I think it's like 3 or 5 per level. If you free all of them, you get some I think a bonus life. Look before you leap, but you don't need me to spout old sayings in your ear. Look in the direction, press the direction on the control pad. Just like that. I don't think enemies respawn. I think once you take them out, they're gone. Let me bring up my chat real quick. Hold on. And the clock is going off while I'm trying to. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna need to break the clock. Oh, I forgot the hook. We'll come back to that in a moment. And there are stronger moves too. Yeah, we'll use the hook to get that hostage free. Set the prisoner free. But I think I got that HP. Where's the hook? Okay, there it is. Okay. Can you come back, please? There we go. Oops. Okay. Let's get this person free. Yeah, I remember my mom liking this track, even though I think it only appears in the first level. It sounds danceable, doesn't it? There we go. Okay, there's the heart. There we go. To go through small passages, you can crawl by pressing the control pad down, in addition to control pad left or right. Come here. No. Okay, sometimes the game does that, where it would, like, skip frames or all of a sudden, like, switch somewhere else, but it doesn't happen too often. Or you'd get you'd get a death that just makes no sense. It's kind of hilarious. Like there's like an infamous minecart level. Oh man. There's a minecart level that like I think especially bad at. Get across, so you need to catch that hook and hold it, jump to reach the hook, and you'll automatically grab it. I said that earlier. Attack button. And that's a save point. And you get full health. So if you die, you'll respawn there. Go up. Go up. Go up. Come on. Up. There we go. I think there's 5 prisoners. Don't let something as flimsy as a door get in your way. Shoot it down. To fire, press and hold the B button. The orbs will eventually get bigger as you get your magic ring back. So, do not worry. I forgot about the pumpkins. I forgot about the pumpkins. There's like giant pumpkins. I think you have to sneak past it in order for them to like not get shaken up by your vibration. It's been a hot minute, but like those pumpkins trick you. Okay. Ooh. No! Oh my god. That was lucky. Really lucky. I forgot fall damage is not really a thing here. Okay, let me just make sure the pumpkins aren't back. Okay, let's try again. They're not here. It was... Ah! No. It was, the other thing. I just need to remember to not to slide when I do it. Okay, don't slide. Don't slide. Okay. Okay! It was 19. That gets me another life. Perfect. Beware, the barrel is explosive, so stand back where you strike when you strike it. So you can use this. Oh, I get it. That's okay. I forgot how to get that anyway. I think I had to like grab onto the jump onto the barrel. But yeah, okay, it is 5 hostages. I just jumped. Okay, hold on. I can do this. I can do this. There we go. I think it's because I'm playing like an adult. It's like taking forever. Hope y'all aren't too bored. Here we must part, Sia. You'll have to continue on your own. By the way, if you want your equipment back, your jade sword is in the village of Algambiad, and your family ring is in the city of Marion. Why is this bird chained? Oh no! Don't tell me they mean to eat you! There! You're free to go! What? Why didn't you fly away? You want to come along? Alright, but let's shake a wing. And with that, that's the first level. We did pretty good! I think we just missed 4 gems. We basically had a perfect run, almost perfect run. Man, this is a good throwback. But yeah, that's Lady Sia for you. This is the village of Algambiad. Now, where did those creeps hide my sword? Oh, I forgot I had to sneak. That's okay. Okay, this you have to jump over because it's deep. Because unfortunately, Sia can't swim. I learned that the hard way. And you can imagine. Ah! I forgot to sneak! Oh, whoops. Just forgot. How to take out this lizard. Oh, no! That's how I learned it. Now you know. Okay, tell you when to play Fall Guys next. Yeah, I'll let you know. Should've snuck. It's okay. I forgot this place is hard. Oh, it doesn't matter if you sneak or not. There's some things where it just doesn't matter. And this place is one of them, unfortunately. Didn't matter if I snuck or not. Ah! I'm gonna die in the next hit. Yeah, I'm losing. Ah! Okay. Wait, there's stuff down here. Let's see. Oh my god, that was close. Okay. Oh. I really use the left, like, the left bump button. I just went and just attacked everything. It's like the most strategic I've been. Oh, that goes up. Oh my god. Okay. I was like, I didn't expect it to go up. Oh my god. Okay, there it is. I respawned. Oh, that went up. It went back up to here. Okay. I need to go back under. Oh, right. They're still taking out. Okay. Oh, wait. Gem's gone, thankfully. So we still have a safer ascent to a certain extent. Ah, come on. Okay, come on. Get up. Get up. There we go. Come on. Come on. Jiggle. There we go. Just remember to left button it back. Left button it back. Left button it back. Left button it back. Okay. Okay, reach over. Okay, now go all the way down. Watch out for the top. There we go. And then we move very, very carefully. Watch for the fish. That was clutch. Y'all saw that, right? That was so clutch. Like the bear somehow followed me on the fish. Oh my god. Come on. Jiggle. Jiggle. Thank you. Oh, I forgot how much was going on with this level. Okay. Phew! Okay. Let's blast this up. Oof, itchy ear. Oh! How was I supposed to know you were in there? I swore there was a thing to take. There was a thing to take out that lizard guy. But I guess there wasn't. All right. This lovely thing has been in my family for generations. It's so well balanced. I can use my special forms again. B button, then R, then R. B button, R, then B. R, B, R. Okay, B, R, R. There it is. And done. So that's the sword. We're getting pretty good at the gems part. Like, getting pretty good at everything else. It's just the gems part that I'm just not getting. Alright, let's get the ring back. A city! I hate human cities. I'll find the ring and get out of here. The dang porcupines. Oops. I guess there's already that. Man, but yeah, like, this is another one that I think would be a fun one to adapt to the 3D. And the sequel was actually supposed to be for the 3DS. Like, I would not mind, like, if somebody could, like, somehow, like, maybe buy it from the liquidation of, like, the old liquidation of TDK, and somehow brought this game back from the dead, I would not mind a 3D adaptation of this. Like, if anything, that was what originally it was supposed to be. I mean, if you look at the cover especially, it already had 3D imagery on it. Like, it was meant to be 3D. Why was that even there? Why was that guy even there? This dang river. I'm getting bad memories. This dang fish! I would slide off accidentally. Oh, thank goodness I actually did it. You can imagine how many times I messed up that section as a kid! Doing way better than I did when I was a kid. It's just going to show, like, there's some things, like, after a while you just get the big brain moves. And that felt very big brain just now, because I used to die with those pumpkins. I have no idea what that was. I think it was art. Pretty bad at that. What the? Oh. Oh! And you can't jump across without that, otherwise you will not swim. You can't swim anyway. Because Lady Sia's outfit is actually a suit of armor. A very loose one, but anyway. Ah, no! Don't die. Okay, just jump all over that. Okay, thank goodness. Got another life. Hopefully the next section is the ring, because I don't have that much HP left. Thank goodness. My family ring! As long as anyone can remember, it's been the symbol of shapeshifter leaders. That's not its only power, though. With the ring, I can focus my magical energy again. I should just show you an example. That's okay. Didn't do too bad. Oh, man. I'm excited about this one. So, this one's one of my favorite levels, even though I failed this so many times as a kid. The Soa Airport. It's mainly because of the music. It reminds me of the Chemical Zone from Sonic. You'll see what I mean in a moment. What's this? An airport? I may have brought him in the first time, but I'll make sure it won't anymore. Right? It's like it's my favorite in this game. Oh! Oh, I hope I survive this flying section we're about to go into. Oh yeah, I could totally hear that. You know what this kind of reminds me of as well? If you look at, like, especially if you look at some of the effects, it reminds me of, Captain Planet. Like, there's one game I've yet to beat, and unfortunately, it might take a little bit of digging to be able to find this. I might play on the channel if I manage to find it, though. There's like a 32... There's like a 32-bit game that involves, like, in particular, it's a Flash game. Where you play as Captain Planet and the Planeteers, and the final level is, like, impossibly hard even for a kid's game. This was a heart. Okay. Okay, let me show you what I mean with the ring. Ah! Oh my god, I almost died. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up! Okay. Okay, let me see if I can do it. Okay, wasn't large enough, but I'll show you in like probably when I get further out. So I don't want to die here again, even though I will respawn here if I do. Oh my god, yes! I mean, I'm just talking about rhythm games. In that case then, like, rhythm games regardless, like, you're gonna get thrown off. But, yeah. Oh, thank god, there's a whole heart. Okay. But yeah, oh my god. Like, it makes, like, expert difficulty look tame in comparison. But I think that, again, it might look tame because at least, like, unlike the games of the past... Okay, now I can show it here. That's how big we can get. But yeah, compared to like now, where you'll get instructions up the wazoo, back then you're lucky if you even get like intro steps. That's how mysterious they like to make it. Ooh. Okay, just skip that, that's okay. I'm gonna switch completionist. Yeah, I mean, I wonder what they were thinking when they made this track. Because, like, it's the perfect feel for an airport. I do not know how they managed to capture it in this track, but oh my god. Like, it feels like an airport. Legit feels like an airport. It got the vibe exactly right, even though it's like a military airport, so to speak. Yes! Oh my god! You know, I actually played Grim Fandango on this channel. Yeah, even Grim Fandango, I had to figure out like like even the GOG version didn't have the controls on it. Like, I had to really figure it out. And you were just playing that. I love that game so much. Like, classic LucasArts needs to come back ASAP. I did hear that they were. I think they are actually finally doing Knights of the Old Republic 3. And it might release like this May. If they do, I'll be so happy. They need to finish it. They're gonna overdo. That's weird. Oh no! Yeah, when I said death counter, yeah. This is the game you need the death counter on. But yeah, I played Grim Fandango. I think it was like one of the best, like up until I started doing card pools, it was like that was like the best playthrough I had. Like I played it around Halloween. That game's sense of humor is just brilliant. Man, now I want to play it again because it's so good. Oh, it sticks. Okay. I forgot. This is like the weird one where you had to like put one side on, one side off in order for it to blink. So if you turn both sides off, you won't be able to cross. It lets the outside work, but you can't like move. if both sides are off. So like this. Oops. Yeah. See, that sticks. And then put this on. Now I can actually move. It's weird. Is there a danger sign? Let me see. Okay. Oh, shoot! Okay, let me get rid of this. Okay. Come on. Come on, balloon. There we go. You know, I kept on misreading that as like a Japanese character, even though I think TDK is an American company. Oh my god, the music's amazing. I still listen to it. Okay, I'm gonna cross now. If we can get some HP, I will be happy. HP, please. Please. Wanna die? I don't get why, like, these ships are tethered onto the ground where, like, all the other ones aren't. I don't get it. Oh my god, LA Noire, that's one game I've always wanted to play. Again, Center Strain 01 was another person that, like, that I... was actually the one I originally, originally watched, LA Noire with. Okay, completed the airport. Did not get the greatest rating, but you know what? We did pretty good for what we did. But yeah, LA Noire, I wanted to play that, and again, that's a company that really got screwed over by Rockstar, which is kind of funny I mentioned that, considering Rockstar's been really iffy, especially this year. Yeah, LA Noire is such a brilliant game. And you know, out of all the years I've played this game, this Lady Sia, I've never been able to get the bonus level, which I think is supposed to be... I think it's supposed to be back in the castle. Yeah. Like EA, Activision Blizzard, EA, Activision Blizzard, well, now Rockstar, Konami. Konami's been especially bad. Nintendo. Sega does, and Nintendo don't. Oh no! She's here! She's here! I would love to play Disco Elysium. Ah! There was health in the underneath. Yeah. So part of the reason why I'm not, I mean, and the saddest thing is I actually really wanted to Switch too. But unfortunately, I can't justify it because, well, like, the American division... Please, 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 I surrender! Leave me alone! You got that right, bird. You're mine now. Right now we're in the peripheral realms, so we're now in the second area. Dang! I wish I had known that! I would have downloaded Disco Elysium. I wish I had known. I missed that completely. But anyway, okay, TOO in order to Switch. I mean, I was gonna buy a Switch TOO. Oh my god, it was on Epic, and I had Epic on the whole time. I know they tend to have like free games quite frequently, and I just missed it. Dang. Wish I'd known. It's okay. Well, might as well put the funds towards supporting the developer if I can. But anyway, yeah. So the reason why I am most likely not gonna get a Switch unless, well, actually there is one workaround of getting the Switch. The only way I'm gonna get the Switch now is through things like Back Market or eBay, because Nintendo doesn't deserve my money, especially at this point, because essentially, well, ooh, this is a fun one. Poseidon, here I come, again. This one's the hardest of the 3 elements, I admit, to play in, is water. But yeah, essentially, Homeland Security used Pokemon imagery in their ads, and well, they did not sue. Like, unlike all the other artists that basically challenged them to be like, please just take your, oh, the 60s series. Okay, thank you. I will look at Epic right after this. But yeah, like, all the other artists and, like, game companies were like, please do not associate us with your organization, with your ads. And then, meanwhile, Pokemon and Nintendo were just like, well, it's just gonna blow over. Like, we didn't approve of this, but we're just not gonna sue. It's just gonna blow over anyway. And it's like, yeah, no, for me, it's not going to. And Hyun and I, we talked about it, last night. And it was like, they were like, well, it's not a Japanese matter, so they're not going to give a damn about how the reputation is abroad. But the thing is, though, Nintendo literally has an American division. They have no excuse, and to me, it doesn't look good. So I am doing my own boycott. It's not even gonna make a difference. I know that, but it feels really kinda, I don't feel comfortable supporting a company that just doesn't even fight for something as simple as human decency. Even though I know they don't have to, but, ugh. Like, anybody knows that kind of association is bad. Like, case in point, does anybody remember that, that comedy movie that takes place in North Korea, The Interview? Not long after that movie came out, even though it was an American production, the entirety of Sony got hacked after the movie got released. And as a result, well, I got, But long story short, basically after that hack, I basically got like a $25 credit because of that hack, even though I had, plot twist, I had no credit card associated with my account at the time. So it's like, yeah, no, hack? What hack? So I basically just got free games. That's how I got into Prince of Persia, actually, was through that. Funnily enough. But yeah, it's like, we're in a more... Ah, no, we're on the last life. Brilliant. Just peachy. But yeah, essentially, like, we're in a more international world nowadays. You have to think about these things now. Because it's not going to look good anymore if you don't think about it from a global perspective. Darn it! Okay, so that was our true epic fail. Although I think, like, the Air Kingdom was the only one that I got, like, 100 on when I originally played this game. And it's kind of hard to do, I will tell you. Like, getting hundreds on this game is really hard. But yeah. I mean, I know we have issues in our media right now with it being hyper-conscious about the international market. By international market, I mean more so like, let's be real, China. So hyper-focused on getting on the Chinese market that they're kind of losing sight about, like, what appeals to Homeland. But at the same time, though, there still has to be some emotional consciousness, because we're not in a vacuum. The internet certainly has proved that. What affects one of us, it affects all of us. Albeit not the same proportion, but still. Yeah. That is funny you mentioned that, because I do have some pretty significant Aquarius placements. Mainly my Saturn and my Black Moon Lilith. So it's funny you mentioned that. But it's also partially, like, industry observations, too. Because China only permits... Oh, your Venus is in Aqua. Okay. But, yeah, China only permits, like, 52 foreign movies. That's basically one movie a week. But their criteria is very strict. Ah! I can't even. Come on. I should have just waited till after that shark attacks, then grab the heart. If I have enough HP, I'll probably do that. Good music, I will say. Whoa! I almost fell off. No! Okay. Do not! I can't! Okay. At least I did it this time. Okay. A bit better. Okay. Oh my god, I forgot how hard the water world is until now. But speaking of water world, I started to watch, like, that 90s movie with Kevin Costner. Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna go on the floaty thing. It's guaranteed for, like, I'm not gonna die in, like, 2 seconds. Okay. Let's not be fancy here. Come on. No! Dang it! I could have just jumped straight to the right. Just jump straight to the right. Just jump straight to the right. Straight to the right. Okay, I'm gonna try water one more time. It's kind of funny considering that there's not that much water in my chart. I'm playing water right now. Well, unless you're going sidereal, in that case, then there's quite a bit of it, but the only water is in my blue bottle. Do not. Oh. Yeah, unless you count Pisces as the part of fortune. Yeah, pretty much. I just don't have that much water in my chart. Very fiery lady. Okay. I mean, it's kind of funny considering that I was born in a water year. Huh? Oh my god. Okay. Just get rid of all the enemies so we don't have to think about them. No! Ah! Oh my god! What? How am I screwing up so badly? How? You know, I'm not even gonna ask. Like, I was thinking it was the first jump. Oh my god. I don't know why this track kind of reminds me of, like, Weevil with Stitch meets Little Mermaid. Yeah, that shark was pissed off. It's like, bruh, you again? I was starting to cling onto the edge. I think it's the only way I can grab that. Come on. Got the edge. Okay. Okay, got it. Okay. That was hard. I gotta just take these out now. Nope. And then I will save. Down. Get my HP back. That way. So now, when I do this part, I at least don't have to worry about sharks in the water. Literally, metaphorically. Oh my god. Oh my god, okay. Okay, do not fall in. Do not fall in. Do not fall in. Fall in the water. That was not very rhythmically sound. Okay. Ah! No. Okay. Ah! Okay. Okay! We did not die! Okay. Now jump all the way to the right. Oh my god! Oh! Okay. Oh, shoot! I almost relaxed. Oh my god. I could knock it down physically, but it's cooler. Or, not. Never mind. It was cool to blast it. Anyway. One just kind of caught in my head. Okay. Nice bit of HP. Ah, thank goodness we got some lives. That's why I don't miss my old games sometimes. Like, get some attention. Like, how many lives do we have? On the other hand, though, makes some nice drama. Okay. 83. I will take that. Oh yeah, boss battle. Forgot. Sia, how nice of you to pay me a visit. I suppose you came to apologize. You've got some nerve to asking me to apologize, traitor! I'm no traitor, Sia. What do you have to say about the Soas I saw on the way in? I believe you would call that an occupation on me. After you left us so suddenly, your advisor, Bards, told us our alliances no longer meant anything to you, and that you refused to hear from us again. I doubt Bards ever said that. Don't be a fool to break our alliance, especially now. The world needs your army. After the Soas again, I see. That's right. You have to understand that this is a threat like no other. Do not lecture me again, please. Ah! Forgive me. A teacher once told me to never give up. A wise man, no doubt. In its honor, I shall give you another chance. If you can reach my belt 3 times with your magic, we'll be allies once more. I might even accept you as a student again. Always deal in formalities. Oh! Oh, like that. I'm sorry. Ah! Darn it! Okay. Ah, darn it. I'm gonna die here. I need HP. I need HP. I need healing. Okay. And I need to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. Also, he had to restock on water. Don't worry, Starry Momo, I've been hydrating. Anyway. I pretty much know what I have to do. So essentially, what I have to do is when Poseidon's belt glows, when he's got his trident up, that's when I'm supposed to attack. That's the tricky part, because like Sia, as you can probably tell, she's not very fast. So, um, uh, yeah, I think I actually did a playthrough back in. I also did a playthrough. It was maybe like, yeah, 2020. Oh my gosh, a really long time ago. And, what? So Sia, as you said earlier, she's a shapeshifter, and she has a Sasquatch form, which is more. She's much more effective in her attacks, but she's also more vulnerable to hits. And especially when Fox Lady appears, you'll see her sometime later. Maybe I'll do a part 2 of this one. But yeah, she's hard. You think the elementals are hard? She's harder somehow. Because she doesn't do the typical 3 times thing. Oh, that was close. Okay, got one. Oh, shoot! He attacked again. I didn't notice that. Okay. Yep, no! Oh. Okay, I wish I got a full ring now. Nope! Very well! I grant you the power to call upon the seas again, Sia. Left, up, right, A button, B button. I am not gonna remember this. And I've never been able to effectively pull this off. But we'll see if I can do it. Especially when I get to the fire dude. You'll see in a moment. Okay, so water is left, up, right, A, B. Okay, we'll try that. Hey, we are done. All right, we'll do the Fire Realm and the Air Kingdom, and then we will pause. So the Air Kingdom is the only one I've gotten 100, like that I've almost always gotten 100% on in the first go round. So let's do the Fire Realm, Fire Nation. Let's see if I can't tame that old man Mafusa. The dang thorns. I mean, if you think... if you think lava's bad, there's a lot of falling rocks, there's a lot of thorns. In the land of fire. Yeah, don't bother with that because that thing blasts you up into the thorns. Learned that the hard way. I can really use the healing right now. It's right there. Oh, okay. Always got it. Alternate universe, Mustafar. Yes! AU Mustafar. That's perfect. This is basically what this is. Oh my god. missed that gem, but that's okay. Oh god. At least I have full HP this time. Okay. Not complaining. It sounds more like a tango, Elena. Yes! Oh my god, that was fast. Yeah, I forgot how short the fire realm is. How dare you show your face here after that tantrum you threw? Who are you to talk? A traitor who allied with the Soas? They told me they took you prisoner. Is that true? I see you didn't already know after you betrayed me to them. How dare you? Who's throwing a tantrum now? Hmm? Do you still respect strength? If the Soas had to rely on betrayal to capture you, they might not be so strong as I once believed. If you can prove your strength to me, we will be allies once more. Consider it done. But yeah, dude does earthquakes as an attack. Oh, I managed to dodge that! I can't believe it! I can't believe I managed to dodge that! Not bad for a youngster. My wrath is yours once again, Sia. Okay, so fire is up, left, down, A button, B button. I tried doing the water, but it just wasn't working. Oh, with that, done. There should be a chip to version of Leaper Tango. 100% agree. Yeah, I'm gonna practice the moves. Alright, now finally, the Air Kingdom. Let's do it! This feels very operatic. So, let's see what my old friend has to say in her defense. But as always, Air is super chill. Like, she's like a super chill personality. Oh man, I have to do this perfectly now. Oof, sorry. It's kind of funny considering there's all this fire element stuff going on. But it's supposed to be the element of air. Oh god. Ah! I admit, it sounds very operatic, like almost like like stuff you would hear out of Mozart. If Mozart existed in the modern age. Oops. Come on, go down. Go down! Go down! Go down, 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 down. Huh? No! Oh my god! Why? Mozart or Handel, yeah. Handel especially. It just... Like, I can imagine, like, if they made, like, a 3D version of this, they would make this, like, super operatic, or... Orchestral! That's what I was working for. That's the worst before. Stay on, stay on, stay on, stay on, stay on, stay on. Get down. Okay. Oh. Ouch. Okay. Oh my god. I don't remember being this... I mean, I'm bad, but I'm not this... I don't remember being this bad. No! I forgot! I forgot you... I almost forgot that you could... I mean, I knew you could pass through it, but oh my gosh. Okay. No! Come on, let me jump. Let me jump. Okay. Can't jump on clouds, apparently. What about? Okay. Come on. That big one. Okay, that. Come on. Oh my god. Ah! No! Come on. Get on the other cloud! Why are you so hard? Hey! Ah! I mean, you can pretty much guess what the air element is going to be. Ah! Like what her challenge is going to be. I think it's pretty obvious. If her appearance didn't give it away. Come on! Oh my god. Come on. Anyway. How do I go across? Because somehow I managed to... Yeah! I managed to jump across into... whatchamacallit. Let's start all that again. Oh my god. So I managed to... I managed to get across all that, and yet that's the one thing I can't seem to get. I don't get it. You need to wait until it's lower than the other. I did! And yet it just wasn't letting me go across. Because by the time I got it up to the other cloud, I couldn't stay on it. I couldn't stay on it. By the time I got to the other cloud, it made me fall through. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. I can't even. Ah! Right? Just too perfect timing of like hitting the cloud. Oh my god. Maybe? I don't know. Ah, shoot. Too late? Okay. Okay. Get off. Get off. Get off. Get off. Get off. Okay. Yeah, it looks even, but then when I'm trying to cross when one's lower, and it just doesn't. It's like it just doesn't want me to. By the time it gets to like one's the lower than the other, I sink. Finally! Oh my god. But yeah, you saw that though, right? Like, I try going across when one's lower and I sink within like 2 seconds. Okay, let me just wait until it goes up. Oh. Yeah, you see what I mean? It's the third cloud. Like, it just... That one's, like, not... Wait! I jumped! What the heck? Okay, I think I might get what's happening here. So this one, like, the left one, I can't jump. But it looks like the right one I might be able to. Oh my god, okay. Just... Let me goes up. Ah! Come on. Oh. I don't remember being so hard! It was so much easier! I don't think I can jump on the first one, no. I think the second one I have to. Because, see that one? That one I could, like, the one on the bottom I can jump on. But surprisingly, this one, I can't. It's weird. Wait a second! That's weird! So basically, I have to find the spot where I can actually jump on it. It's towards the right! Oh! It's towards the right side of the cloud. That's what it was. Okay. 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 Got it. Oh, wait. That was... Okay. Oh my god. Is this... Bro, what is this, Tomb Raider? I see Donkey Kong. Yeah. That's funny I mentioned that, considering that I need to finish my playthrough. Okay. Oh my god. Ah! My timing could not have been worse. Speaking of Tomb Raider, I'm pretty excited about Catalyst. Because it's actually a proper sequel to Underworld. No! I can't even. You know what? That was on me. Circle? I don't think so. I hope not. No, we're not going to circle. I mean, okay, so we're basically going from like one end of the tower to the other because there's no way to like climb up it from this side. There's no way. So, not exactly a circle. What? There was no way I could have dodged that. Aye. Okay. Bulbul! Bubbles! Buttercup! It does look identical, but it's not a circle. Case in point. Hello? Yeah, you can pretty much tell what this is. It's a race. Okay, this is not bad. Not 100, but still. My sister! I see you can outride the winds too! Sister? How dare you call me that after your betrayal? Betrayal? To the Soas! Oh, them. I don't like them much. Don't like them much? And why? Never mind. So, what did you want to talk about again? Let's race! Wait! I think it was me. Dang it, I'm gonna die. This reminds me of when I played this as a kid. Oh my god, no! Now it's making me think of whatchamacallit. Kingdom Hearts with the laser level. Anybody remember that? Oh my god. I am terrible. Oh my god, and my arm's getting tired already. One hit and I'll die. No! Oh, it's one thing I don't miss from this level. Oh my god. Dang fire! Okay. I think at most I could be able to take like 2 hits, maybe, with this thing. Okay. Get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. Get out of the way. Oh my god, clouds! Get out of the way. No! Oh my god, I got hit with the head. No, 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 Okay, thank God. Okay, please, please don't let me get attacked anymore. Ah, that was fun. We should do that more often. What about our alliance? What about the Soas? That, you know, I'll always come to help my friends. That was easy. Okay. So, left, down, right, A, B. Okay. We'll see if we can do this outside of this world, but... And your army? What army? Forget it. And with that, I think I'm gonna end it here. Because my arm is tired from that flying boss. I forgot how hard that was. But yeah, I'm surprised I did the worst in the Fire Kingdom. That's kind of funny. So Snowy Mountain is when the Sasquatch pops up. Her Sasquatch form pops up, which I will show you in maybe tomorrow's stream, actually. As a bit of a preview. But yeah. I forgot about the flying fast level. The flying boss. But yeah, you know what? This is fun. We'll do this again tomorrow as our pre-game before Seer Saturday. So keep an eye out for that. So we'll also do Jack and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy, and Destiny 1 for next week, as well as some other stuff, whatever I feel like. And tomorrow is also a new moon, so I'll also do a special poll in honor of that. And so, even though at this point there hasn't been any strikes or anything, I know no doubt because of the way the entertainment industry has gone down, they're probably going to need some extra help at this point. And because there are more than just AAA actors that are affected by this. So if you want to donate to make sure artists survive through 2026, go to entertainmentcommunity.org. If you're international, I know the Brits have a thing called Actors Equity. Don't know where everyone else in the world is, but I recommend you looking up what your equivalent of like an Actors Guild or something is and donate towards that. Also, if there are any places in need, I recommend World Central Kitchen and the Red Cross. And our charity of the season is Sad Girls Club. So, Sad Girls Club is a charity where they provide affordable mental health care for women, femmes, and NBs of color. And they have free group therapy. I've used them over the lockdown. They are amazing. So they can use all the funding they can get. So feel free to contribute to that or spread the word. And also, finally, well, besides the annual acknowledgement, this year, besides Knights turning, I think Knights is actually, hold on, sorry, my brain. So, in addition to Knights turning, I think 30? Let me see. Let me do some math here. Yes, in addition to Knights turning 30, Sonic is also in his 30s this year. So happy birthday to Sonic. So we're going to play some Sonic at some point. Either some more Sonic Mania Plus, once I get warmed up, or some other Sonic title which I may surprise you with down the line, so keep an eye out for that. Anyway, here's all my social media outside of this channel in case you want to watch some stuff. The on-demand or the backup is always on my YouTube channel, DJ MK Off the Air. I'm also working on some stuff for my second channel, Theological Otaku, which is on YouTube as well as Vimeo. And I am working on a new Substack article on something called The Third Nerd. So thirdnerd.substack.com. And I also do tarot readings as well outside of my Saturday stuff. You can get either my New Year's special on coffee.com/Tonders, or you can do a more fast and quick version on Spiritual Blossom. Both of these are linked in my description below. Finally, this episode was filmed on the lands of the Nanticoke and Lenape. To learn more, visit native-land.ca. So with that, now you know what part of my name means. I hope y'all had a great time. We'll finish this game in the next part tomorrow before our usual tarot stream. So until next time, stay safe out there. Stay warm, especially if you're in a cold climate. Hope you have a great weekend, and especially an important day of service, because at least in the United States, it is a day of service. And, of course, as always, may your heart be your guiding key. Till next time, I will see you later. And in terms of the raid for today, in terms of our Twitch side, YouTube you can easily walk off. I think I will raid Banlish. Banlish is a friend of Gamerzack's. He did this. He somehow managed to stream every single day without fail for about 2 years, which is pretty astounding, honestly. So I'll put you on to Banlish for those on the Twitch side, but for those on YouTube, yeah, I'll see you next time. And by the way, usually I keep this stuff exclusive, but to Twitch. But when it hits to a new moon or a full moon, I will share it. So, oh yeah. Also, by the way, shout out again to Evelyn Rose. She's been tuning in every single one, so high five to her. And also to my newest followers, Shalina, Medkip, and Insaninox. Thank you so much for following, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.